Atheists saved by grace. Agnes, a very lovely lady who never believed in God nor in Satan, but instead she believes so much in moral uprightness. To her, the only thing that matters is good or bad deeds. One Sunday morning, as she was returning home from her boyfriend's place, she overheard a teaching from one of the churches. The message got her attention and she decided to slow down to listen very well. But this is not the first time she would be doing so, as there have been times from the past she would listen only to look for a point to mock the church, but not this time, as she was really touched by the message because it coincides with her belief. As she was still listening, the pastor continued laying emphasis on how important it is to always give. In fact, he further stressed that when you give, you will definitely get back in return, and even in tenfold more than what you gave. This very last sentence challenged her, so she decided she would do as the pastor had said. So she took £10,000 to the street that same day and shared it all. When she got home, the first thing she touched was her diary, where she would write how she had spent the £10,000 because of what she heard earlier. Actually, her intentions was to see how God would bless her in tenfold. After that day, she would count her money every morning to see if it has increased, but not even a cent has added. So she grew annoyed. Another reason for her to believe that there is no God. Time has passed, and she has a lovely daughter now, whom she had outside wedlock. Things were beginning to get tough for her, to the point that she could no longer afford her daughter's school fees. So the school management had to send the child home, since she had already attended 2 terms without paying. There is no assurance she could pay for the third. She decided to take a grant from her place of work, which was instantaneously denied, as she hasn't cleared the one she took before. The only option on her head was to go to the school to play with the proprietor. On getting there, the man recognized her at once, even though he didn't know her by name. In excitement, he asked her to say it. Some years ago, I was broke, on the verge of losing my studentship in my final year. While I was heading home, feeling depressed and wanting to commit suicide, you called me and asked if I needed any money. In shock, I said yes. That was how you gave me £500. Even though I needed just £300. Do you remember that incident? Yeah, she remembers sharing some cash a long time ago, but could not remember any of the beneficiaries. The proprietor continued. He said he has looked for her everywhere just to say thanks, but couldn't find her. He told her that in his own little way of showing appreciation, he is going to put her daughter on full scholarship that will see her through the university. Agnes could not contain the joy as she screamed in excitement. She then asked, "Sir, what would made you do such for me? I don't think I deserve it. Firstly, I am not the one doing it. It is God Almighty. Secondly, you deserve more." At this point, Agnes bursted into tears and started sobbing, but this is not a sorrowful cry, as she just realized what that pastor meant when he said, "When you give, you shall get 10 tenfold in return. From that day, she declared her love for Jesus, and her growth in Christ has never been stronger than the next days. Agnes found more than 100-fold of blessings as the proprietor of the school 6 months later proposed to her and they got married. As we speak, they have given birth to 3 more kids. The power of giving cannot be overemphasized. It is a working principle that every believer must embrace.